Hey there, Fred Gleek back with you again here with another tip as it relates to what I call the sub-expert series. The sub-expert series for me works like this. In my business, I have a lot of people that I work with as partners. I want to give you an example to show you what I mean and to illustrate this concept of the sub-expert series. And I think you can use this as well, and you will find it very, very valuable in your own business as you find and solicit people to come in as partners with you. So what I do is this. Here's the example. So Bill Deweese is my longest term equity partner. Bill is in the voiceover business. For those of you who haven't heard these stories before, if you have, I apologize. So Bill is a voiceover expert, but as a voiceover expert, and the voiceover field in general has a lot of different areas in which people can operate. For example, some people concentrate exclusively on commercials. Other people concentrate exclusively on audiobooks. Some people concentrate on character and video game voices. Other people concentrate on movie trailers and movie promos. So within the voiceover field, there are a lot of what I call sub niches. And what happened was, as Bill and I were working together, we worked in the more general realm of voiceover, and we talked tangentially about some of these areas in which Bill knew about them, had done a little bit of work, but wasn't really the expert. So as we grew our list of people that were interested in learning from us, meaning him and myself partnered in this voiceover training business, we realized very quickly that we should not be the people that talked about some of the areas of the niche that he was just kind of knowledgeable about, but had not really done a lot of work. And so I'll use the example, give you two examples here. So in the field of audiobooks, we had a guy that we know, Tom Parks, who his entire living every year, over $300,000 a year, he makes from doing audiobooks. Bill, number one, has done 43 audiobooks. And as I recall, he would tell you he's hated every single one of them. So here's an area that we knew a lot of people in our market would have an interest in learning from someone. But not only did Bill really not feel qualified to teach it, but we had someone that we knew. And actually, Bill and Tom had worked together before. And so what we did is we worked with Tom Parks to develop an audiobook training program for our general voiceover folks, knowing full well that many people would have an interest in that topic. So we put that together, we sold it, and we made the following arrangement. I'll be very transparent about what we do. Whenever we have a sub-expert that we work with, we make the split 33, 33, 33, which means Bill gets a third of it, of the revenue. I get a third of the revenue, and Tom Parks gets a third of the revenue. So if we put on a program in which we generate $15,000, each of us then makes our $5,000, which is a good thing. And Bill then and I, we just serve as the kind of the host to that webinar. I think we did a 4-part webinar series once a week for 4 weeks. And I think we added a bonus Q&A and added to that. Another example of that is we also had another guy, Aaron. I'm spacing, what's Aaron's last name? Aaron, I forget his name. Anyway, so Aaron's an expert on doing promotional work. We did the exact same thing with Aaron. And in his case, instead of doing a general webinar in which we had an unlimited number of people, we did a very, very kind of small targeted webinar where we had a lot of participation by the various people involved. And I think that went on for, I think it was 6 or 8 weeks. And that one we charged, as opposed to the Tom Parks event, which we charged, I think, $297 for. We did the event with Aaron and we charged $7,500 for it. So what this means is if you're working with some kind of an expert who may not have specific expertise on a niche topic within the niche itself, then you should be looking to work with what I call sub-experts. But be very careful, because we've had experiences where some of these sub-experts turned out to be a royal pain in the ass to work with. And so you may want to vet those people very carefully before working with them. But you now have a little bit of an idea about whether, if you're working with somebody who doesn't have specific expertise, look for someone else that you can partner with in that sub-expert kind of role. Consider doing, as I stated we did, which is a third, a third, a third split, so that you your partner and the sub expert each have a third of the action and do that. And I think that this could be a really, really lucrative way to expand your market, both in terms of your offering and your revenue, because I think it's a really clever way to do things. And you'll find that your experts are delighted if they're, if they're thinking individuals, that although you don't make all of the money, you do much, much less work. And so now I'm with Bill here as a partner. I think we have at least 4 or 5 sub experts and in that sub expert series, and we're always looking to find more. For example, recently we're looking at someone to do something with us in Upwork, and that's again a very niche component of the voiceover business, is finding jobs through there. So as you look through your own, as you're working with your own expert, look for possible sub experts to take care of some of the things that I've discussed here.